Hello, true believers. This is Doc Hogg, and welcome to episode 88 of Comics and Variety. If you like this channel, please do subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post new videos, and for the sake of YouTube's search algorithm, please do hit the like button. Before I get to SOULFINDER, I want to remind you that I'm having a contest called the Race to 100 contest, in which you can win 2 free comic books, issue number 4 of Batman Superman and issue number 1 of Stranger Things Into the Fire. As I've said before, I would end this contest shortly after I reached 100 subscribers, and, well, yesterday I reached 100 subscribers. Anyway, you can still enter. I will keep the contest open until Monday. Here are the details on how to enter. Just subscribe and send me an email and you'll be entered. I should also mention that a few people have subscribed recently to this channel without emailing me. And without your email, I can't enter you in the contest. Now, I should have noted at the beginning that the reason I need you to email me is that way I can contact you if you end up being the winner. Duh. That was definitely a brain fart on my part. Anyways, you can email me or feel free to DM me on Twitter, if we follow each other, letting me know that you want to enter. I will end the contest at noon Eastern Time on Monday. So if you subscribe and enter by then, you will be entered. Alrighty, next up, like I said in my last video, I have a big announcement to make today. Yes, today I have launched the sign-up page for my forthcoming comic book called Tilt. I will provide a link to the sign-up page in the description below. Now, what is Tilt? Well, here's a quick summary of the plot. Jennifer Poehler was only 21 when mobsters murdered her father. Now, with the power to bring alive the kings, queens, and jacks in a deck of cards, she will get justice. Or is it revenge? The comic begins with the murder of Jennifer's father, Larry, and shortly after that we see Larry in the afterlife imploring a spirit to protect his daughter, who is also wanted dead by the mob. The spirit says that he will protect Jennifer, but at the price of Jennifer eliminating the mobsters. Larry reluctantly agrees. The spirit then imbues Jennifer with the power to make the queens, kings, and jacks come alive, and it will be those characters that will be taking out the mobsters. I'll be talking more about Tilt as the campaign approaches, more about the story, about the artists who are contributing, as well as showing some of the pages. Now, when will the campaign launch? Well, I was hoping to launch the campaign at the end of February, maybe about a month from now, but I will need a lot of luck to pull that off. At this point, it looks like sometime in March. But at any rate, the Indiegogo sign-up page is live as of today, and as I said before, I will provide a link to it in the description below. So sign up as soon as you can. Okay, on to SOULFINDER, Demon's Match by Douglas Ernst. I pulled this quote from the Indiegogo campaign from the comic, and I just want to read it simply because I like it so much. Quote, "The comic book industry once had men who strive for the ideal, solid art and compelling storytelling that tackled the classic hero's journey with heart and soul. Mainstream comics in 2019, sadly, offer sad shadows of what used to be. Unprofessional creators care less about telling tales of good versus evil than they do about deconstructing cultural icons. SOULFINDER, Demon's Match is a rejection of the embarrassing status quo and a call for the return of serious storytellers." I think it's that and more. I mean, well done to Douglas Ernst and his team. This is a good story with very good art. Timothy Lynn did the ink. The color was by Brett Smith, and this cover, which is just phenomenal. The cover artist was Dave Dorman. The religious imagery on this cover is just wonderful. From the nails in the lower right-hand corner, the snake, the statue of the angel in the back. Since I was once Catholic, I should know who the angel is, but I don't. Now, Doc Hogg, you may be asking, what do you mean that you were once a Catholic? Well, I consider myself an alienated Catholic because after so many child molestation scandals, it became clear to me that there is a culture of cover-up in the Catholic Church. Add to that a new pope who is more interested in preaching about global warming than about saving souls, and I really think that... Oh yeah, sorry, back to the comic. First, I like the title SOULFINDER Demons Match because I think Douglas Ernst here has given it a double meaning. The first meaning being that it refers to these matches that are in the story that have obsidian tips, and when a person strikes one of these matches, it allows that person to have a flashback. But it also becomes sort of a portal through which a demon can try to get at someone's soul. But it may also mean that the soul finders are indeed a sort of spiritual match for the demons. So what is a soul finder? It is a small order of priests who are tasked with fighting a demon known as Blackfire, and that leads me to the plot of the comic book. A priest named Father Patrick Redder is recruited by another priest, Father Reginald Crane, to join the soul finders to fight Blackfire. Now, before joining Soul Finders, Father Redder is the priest in his diocese that is assigned to do exorcisms. Now, if you don't know much about Catholicism, a diocese is just a geographical area. Each diocese assigns usually just one priest to do exorcisms. And yes, some of these priests that do this have very hard lives. I mean, I feel really sorry for the exorcism priest whose diocese includes Antonio Brown.
Get the fuck out of here, you fucking pussies.
This is a first-class temper tantrum thrown by Antonio Brown, trying to get cooled down by offensive coordinator.
Yeah, get in the back of the police car, fishbowl, and you ain't leaving with shit, bitch. Get the fuck out of here, you bum asshole.
He's got problems.
Anyway, Doug Ernst gives Father Redder a lot of depth. For example, Father Redder is friends with a police officer on the local force, Officer Chua, who asks for his help with cases involving the occult. Redder's boss, the bishop, thinks Redder is a troublemaker and clearly does not like him. Redder has a past that includes time as a soldier. He lost a leg by stepping on an IED. And on top of that, his dad was a police officer who was killed in the line of duty. Finally, the Blackfire demon wants Father Ritter out of the way, which we see both in this flashback that Father Crane has, and in one of the final scenes where Blackfire and Ritter face off in the hospital room of Ritter's dying mom. And in the flashback of Father Crane, we see his Vietnam experience, which gives him some depth as well. And what else? Well, Redder's past haunts him, and he is also somewhat impulsive, which are good weaknesses in the sense that it makes his character more interesting, gives him, something to overcome. Combine all of that with an enemy like Blackfire that, as the comic says, has a horde, that is lots of other potential enemies for the Soul Finders, maybe in future issues of this title. And there is just so much that Ernst can do with all of this. And that's why I'm glad that when I opened to page 3 of this comic, I saw that it is indeed volume 1. Okay, if I have any criticism at all here, it's that there's only one splash page, the opening page, in this comic. I think with a subject like demons and all the action here, you could have, maybe 2-3 splash pages showing that. There's just a lot you can do with splash pages and demons. But other than that, this comic is really top-notch. I think SOULFINDER represents not only what Comicsgate is about, but what comic books in general should be about. So bravo to Doug Ernst and his team. Doug has announced that he will be having another volume out in 2020, and I'm just really looking forward to that. And on that happy note, that is all for now. Until next time, have a very nice day.